All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Y'all know what it is, man. The NBA is back, baby. It's official. It's the season is kicked off, and my first reaction gonna be for the first game, man. The New Orleans Pelicans versus the Utah Jazz. Now, real quick, before I get into that, all right, I want to say something. And we've seen there's been a lot of kneeling before the anthem, and for the people that are offended by that, I got a suggestion real quick. I don't want to drag this out. Real quick. If the game start at 5, just an example, 5, start watching at 5:15, all right? That's how you get rid of it. If you don't want to see that, then just pretty much, that's it. That's my tip, guy, for the people that are offended by the kneeling. I don't happen to be one of them, but just because I see people frustrated by it. Some people like it, some people don't. If you don't, just fast forward. Anyway, so let's get into it, man. So the New Orleans Pelicans lose this game by 2 points to the Utah Jazz. Let me first say, the New Orleans Pelicans, it still feel like they are babysitting Zion. Now I know Zion was out of the bubble. Zion was tired, but let me tell you, if you're fighting for your playoff lives, I feel like you could arrest him a lot of that time, but them last 2 minutes, when that game's on, you need your best players because you're fighting. You can't afford to fall in the standings. And I still feel like they're not putting him, those last 2 minutes at least, when it mattered most, his energy, it's a different level on that team of energy when Zion is in the game. It's just what it is. Now, I will say this, though. Brandon Ingram, first of all, you see, I'm a Lakers fan, so I still got love for B.I., Lonzo, Hart, man. I really do. I really still got love for those guys, and I want to see them succeed. So you kind of like, but those guys are expanding. They're becoming a lot better, and it makes you wonder what it was about New Orleans that gave them that kick. I also want to say the Utah Jazz are a team that have embraced Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell has embraced being the leader of that team. And now he got some savvy veterans like J.J. Redick and Gobert and some other guys on there, but they following this young man's lead, and he don't disappoint. So I really want to just say that the Utah Jazz is a dangerous team when you look at them. When you look at the way they're playing and the way that they know who their lead is. And I think watching this game tonight, you kind of see a little, maybe it's just me, but there's a little tug of war between who's the guy, Zion or B.I. And I think until they learn that both of them can be the guy, there's gonna always be this issue. But again, with Zion spending a lot of time on the bench tonight, and I know it was about, he just getting back, preserving him. But listen, man, you got it. You fighting for your playoff lives, man. He got to go. See, he don't have the luxury of a Clippers, Lakers, Rockets, and a couple other teams, man, that just, they there. They're gonna be in the playoff. The Pelicans are fighting for their lives, and for Zion to be sitting on the bench in the end of the game, to me, it's just weird, man. It's just weird because you don't feel like it's the smart play. So watching this game overall, you feel like Lonzo didn't quite have it going tonight. They talk about how much his shot has developed, but it just wasn't there tonight, right? Like it was really it was a little off. But again, you kind of expect that. You kind of expect that with a lot of these guys coming out. This is first real game where you're expecting results, they matter, the anticipation, the pressure. So overall, man, I think it was a good game. You've seen two teams that fighting for their playoff lives. And when you got two teams like that understand what they're fighting for, it's really it made for a good game. But my only criticism was I would have loved to see Zion at the end of that game, just because of what he brings to the game as a whole. And sometimes I think it's hard when you got such a precious commodity like Zion, right? Because he's that guy. Like, he's the next level. Like, he's the next generation. He's supposed to be the future. So you at some point go, man, I really don't want to. We gotta rest him. We gotta, we gotta go slow with it. But then at the same time, you go, but we fight for our playoff lives, and I'm quite sure he understands that. So overall, man, I just want to say that the New Orleans Pelicans is a team I'm rooting for. I root for the New Orleans Pelicans mainly because, again, Lonzo, B.I. But you also got to understand that that's the first time these guys have really had this opportunity to really go to the playoffs. So they've never had to go into playoff mode. Like, let's be honest. It's a different level. It's a different level between playoff basketball and regular season basketball. It's just what it is. It's a different level. And so now I think the next maturation process for these guys is to understand that we got to go to another level. Like, now it's not just about getting it right, but now it's about competing and going to fight for a championship. And that's something I don't think none of those guys has experience with. I mean, remember, look at the Lakers. Look at the Lakers, man. Before the LeBron era, they weren't going to no playoffs, all right? I think that's one reason why Laker Nation is so excited right now, because we finally going to get that playoff. We finally going to get to the playoffs after, I think, a 6-7 year drought. So, that's going to be great. But I also want to say, man, there's one other thing that I like. Now, we know when everything stopped, Rudy Gobert became the face of the virus, right? Like, he was the one that everyone went, it's his fault, he didn't take it serious. He became the face. And I, for one, I understood. A lot of people said, man, he played too much. He didn't take it serious. Well, a lot of people didn't take it serious at first. No, let's be honest. As a country, I don't think a lot of us took it serious at first. But the irony, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because he scored the first basket tonight. So him being one of the main reasons, or him being the culprit, this villain that got put on him as when everything shut down, for him to score the first point to restart the game, I think there's some irony in that. And I knew that had to be a weight off his shoulders. So that's my take of that game, man. At the end of the day, Utah, I know Donovan Mitchell and Gobert got their issues, but I think that's a young upcoming team that can really do some damage if they get in. And New Orleans got to go all in. I understand, but I'm sorry, you got to play Zion, man. You got to play him if you fight for your playoff lives. And I mean, 15, he could have played more than that. Like, he was jacked at one point. Everybody was excited. Like, yo, he looked ripped. And he didn't look. We don't know because they took him out. So, but with that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, man, you guys be great. Salute. NBA back, baby.